Ryann Presswood, joining us right here on Off the Bench Radio. And Ryan, welcome back. How are we doing this week?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So I guess let's just dive right into it. What is Justin and I were talking about this at Ray County. When the rain was coming down, the Walker Valley Band had taken cover with their instruments, but we heard the pulsing sound from that wireless speaker from the Walker Valley student section. So what is the pulse with student sections in today's day and time? Because, there's so many, we look back, we still see some things from back when we were in high school, whether it's, air horns that you see like on boats or anything like that. And now you're integrating new technology with the wireless speakers. Kind of talk about that and kind of what you guys do to get your team fired up on Fridays.
We just try to be loud because we know that if the team can hear us, then they have support. So we just try to play music and just be loud and just be there for our team no matter what.
Now, you say played music. Obviously, we were there. We were, it was rainy. It was messy. The band, was kind of watered down, pardon the pun. But I noticed there was a couple songs that it seemed like everybody or most everybody was singing the words to. Do you remember one or both or all those songs? Because Jeff also was talking about the gimmicks. We've seen, the chalky powder. I'm ready for some body surfing or something. So just talk about bringing it when the rain's coming down, when the band's not there, and what's the song du jour when the student section's got to get cranked up when it's a tough drive underway for the Walker Valley football squad?
Normally any, line dancing song, Cupid Shuffle or Cotton Eye Joe, everyone loves, and everyone can, dance to, and it just gets everyone engaged.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell that. I think I'd hear the bass more than I could the whistle on the field for sure, right? So, we mentioned this too. You'll see social posts from the student section accounts or even, whoever's in there about, dressing up for certain themes, just the topic, I guess, of the week. It can be a number amount of things. Who decides that, Ryan? Is it like a collective effort from, I guess, your peers, or is there somebody that leads the charge, and kind of how you guys come up with, just the nights you dress up for, certain theme nights?
So at Walker, and I guess around, all the high schools, we have student section leaders. So it's who, runs all the, accounts on Instagram and decides the themes and all the things. I'm one of the leaders at Walker, so I decide the themes. I try to make them fun for everybody, but some themes are, boring just because we know people aren't going to come to those games.
What's your favorite so far since you've been a student at Walker Valley High School?
Oh, I like construction a lot. I like that. It was one of our earlier games at Walker this year.
Construction, you say?
Construction, yep.
Okay,
yeah.
I got that. Now, there's also a time, we've seen it happen a time or two on the road where, let's say a student section maybe crosses the line or gets close to it, and you get the throat slash from a principal or an assistant principal. Has there ever been a time when you're kind of like, okay, guys, we got to maybe take this in a cleaner direction?
That actually happened this year, and we were like, okay, guys, take a step back. But we do pretty good at not crossing the line. So then there are some people who are like, wow.
Yeah, so as far as crossing the line, any instances where it can be you guys or the other student sections either venture their way in enemy territory, so to speak, and how do you guys respond if that happens?
Just communication. Just tell them, be like, hey, this isn't going to work. And we do a pretty good job at communicating with all the people around here.
And the rain can be a damper, but also it seems like maybe you can use that as a tool, because we've also seen in the super hot games, we've seen teams turn the spray guns on the student section to cool them down. So water also plays a factor in maybe getting the student section hyped up.
Yeah, I feel like with the rain, we had a really good student section at Ray. We might not have that many people, but definitely the people that we did have there gave energy to it. So.
Well, it definitely is one of our favorite parts of a Friday night atmosphere, right? Because it doesn't matter where you go or what the theme night is. The student sections, bring it, and you can definitely tell being on the sidelines near these teams, Justin, that they feed off of that energy. They feed off of whether it's the music blaring off the wireless speaker or the cheers or anything like that. It definitely gets the teams fired up for sure. It's definitely a big part of a Friday night environment.
And Presswood, what do you think the number one? It's the last run, senior season. What do you think the last most memorable thing you'll take away from just being a student? Because I saw your countdown on X the other day as you're getting ready for those feisty Phillies to gear up. But what do you think your number one memory from being a student and a cheerleader? You probably got 30 seconds.
I just like the environment. I like being in the student section. I've loved it all 4 years. It's one of my favorite things. And I just like the whole environment that we have there. It's really nice.
And like Justin mentioned, the countdown, I think you posted a couple of days ago with the schedule drop. So, I think you have, if you're looking for the actual first, quote, scrimmage game, you got one on February 25th against GPS. And then, it won't be long till after that when the regular season starts. And, the trek back to spring fling begins for you and your senior teammates and just your squad in general. So, any game that sticks out to you over the rest that you have circled, or are you just going to take it one game at a time and enjoy your senior season?
I think I'm just excited to take it one game at a time, just really soak in the last year and just be there with my senior teammates and all my teammates.
I love it. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that. And again, the Pulse with Presswood right here on Off the Bench Radio. Ryan, thank you again for taking the time to join us. And remind the folks out there how they can follow you on social.
Twitter is Ryann Presswood, and my Instagram is presswood.ryan.
I like it. Well, Ryan, appreciate it again, and we'll talk soon. Thanks again for participating in this, and I'm looking forward to doing more.
Thank you for having me.